Welcome back, Canonites. I didn't expect to be talking about Outpost Discovery again so soon, but to quote a certain senator... Surrender that AI! Oh, not that senator.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
There we go. But yeah, this week we got our first formal dive into Outpost Discovery's lore, something I touched on a bit in the announcement breakdown video. It's a light start, but we get a better idea of when and where this is set in universe, along with solid info on our pair of Spartans. So let's dive in. Starting us off as a little background on the Outpost itself. Despite what's depicted in the establishing art, this is not set on a Halo ring. To read directly from the article, in the days following the Covenant War, humanity launched Outpost Discovery, an exploratory initiative meant to act as both an educational tool as well as a mobile recruitment station aimed at inspiring and training the next generation of UNSC personnel. The primary goal of the Outpost is to protect humanity by arming them with knowledge of their own history, from their enemies and heroes to their triumphs and tribulations. Outpost Discovery travels across Earth, stopping in major population centers, and inviting average citizens to explore the legacy of humanity's survival, and experience the thrill of being part of the UNSC's first line of defense against whatever threats still lurk in the galaxy. So yeah, it basically works in universe the same way it does in real life, being a traveling attraction. And in something of a parallel to the real world, wherein 343 is trying to bring in new fans, the fictitious Outpost is a recruiting and education station. What really stood out to me though is the "in the days following the Covenant War" line. I'm curious just how soon after the war this thing launched. Hopefully we'll get a better idea as more details are released. At the moment though, I'm guessing that by launched, 343 means that the project as a whole was launched days after the formal end of the war in March of 2553, with the actual outpost starting to travel around sometime after. Still 2553, but mid to late 2553. But we'll see, won't we? Interestingly, Grimm in the article goes on to compare this to the Museum of Humanity from the Halo 3 Believe marketing campaign. I can't help but wonder if Outpost Discovery, in universe of course, is a predecessor, literally or spiritually, to that museum. I'd love if that were the case. Moving on now, we close with some details on our two Spartans, Owen B096 and Hazel A302. Note that I am just guessing that Owen is the one in blue and that Hazel is the one in brown. And yes, the Owen from Outpost Discovery is the same Owen from the recent Halo Battleborn. Spartan Hazel is a new creation for the Outpost, but I hope that Owen being in a book means that we might see Hazel in some Halo media in the near future. But anyway, let's see what details we have for today. Starting with Owen B096, he was born on Eremus, better known to fans as Jericho 7, the same planet that Jameson Locke was from, and the first planet we ever see in the Halo fiction, being the planet glassed in the opening chapter of Halo, The Fall of Reach. Following Eremus' glassing, Owen was recruited into the Spartan 3 program. He would be among the 300 to be selected as Beta Company Spartans, and his tenacity and single-minded focus would push him to reach the top honors program. Shortly after graduation, he was selected for special assignment, i.e. something similar to Noble Team, where he would apply his talents to the ultimately futile defense of Meridian and, later, Scorched Earth holding action in the Sol System, none of which will ever be known to the public or even the wider UNSC. As a Spartan, Owen B096 is a petty officer second class, and specializes primarily in direct action, and secondarily in recon and asset acquisition. Nothing too in-depth, but a simple summary of who Owen is and some highlights of what he's done. What really caught my eye is the Scorched Earth holding action in the Sol System. I really hope we can get some details on what that might mean in the future. It sounds like asset denial, but of what is curious. We know of a Forerunner outpost of some kind on Mars thanks to the 2014 catalog posts, so maybe that. Or maybe something on Earth itself, or it could simply be destroying UNSC facilities and data. Hopefully we'll get some details on that one day. As a quick aside though, since I've seen it all over Twitter and Reddit the last couple of days, the armor that Owen sports in the Outpost Discovery art, be he the blue Spartan as many and myself assume, or the brown Spartan, is definitely not the same armor he would have worn in Halo Battleborn. In that book, he wears a set of dark blue Mark IV, which, if we go on the cover, resembled Mark VI, though the armor on the cover looks more black than dark blue, so personally I kind of think of it more as artistic license there, but I digress. Point is, by the setting of Outpost Discovery, Owen has switched armors and is now wearing Mark V. Next up is Spartan Hazel A302, born on Alluvion. Interestingly, Alluvion wasn't invaded until 2542, so either Hazel was simply an orphan kidnapped for the Spartan 3 program, or her family moved to another colony which was glassed. Or maybe some third option. Also of note is that Alluvion is the planet where Gabriel Thorne's parents died, and the setting for the Warzone map, Escape from Ark. Hazel was an exceptional athlete and student, qualities only enhanced by the Spartan 3 program. The augmentations enhancing her physical capabilities and the education sharpening her mind and readying it for war. Her talents would result in her being pulled from her company for Oni's Headhunter program, where she would conduct direct action ops against Covenant leaders on occupied worlds and keep valuable UNSC information out of enemy hands. I have to say, less interesting than Owen's, but I'm hoping that's just because 343 want to leave her open for an author or even themselves to develop in the near future. At the very least, the article says we can expect to learn more about her at Outpost Discovery, which is just one more reason for me to be excited about going. Like Owen, Hazel is a petty officer second class, and she primarily specializes in direct action and secondarily in intelligence acquisition. So that's all the new info. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. And before we go, I want to give a quick shout out to Archangel 470, who whipped up an amazing render of Owen and Hazel mere hours after this info was posted. And damn does it look good. Check the description box for a link to the full image. That's all for now, but stay tuned. The next Halo Monthly update, now the Halo Monthly recap, is next Friday, and with any luck, I'll have the Q&A video out before then. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been Halo Canon. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, and if you really love me, hit that notification bell and leave a thumbs up. These both really help out the channel. I wouldn't be where I am now without your views and support, so once again, thank you. Keep on being awesome, Canonites.